Thank you for joining us today for another great episode of Clean Money. Today, we continue our series, Tales from the Dark Side of Real Estate, where we share some of the more interesting stories of our adventures in this business, the kind of stories that are rarely shared. And as you know, if you don't know, let me tell you, it's not all sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. So, Jesse, you said today it's like Trailer Park Blues, right? So instead of Trailer Park Boys, it's Trailer Park Blues. And so we're going to share an interesting story of So set the stage here. We're here's a point of contention right out the gate is we ordered homes from a manufacturer not to be named back in 2020. All right. We bought these mobile home parks. We're like, yeah, they're super high value add. And we buy these homes back, brand new homes, like 25, 30 grand a piece, 35 grand a piece, 2020. And it takes 3 years for these things to show up just because of fall of 2020, the traffic jams on the seas, the COVID going around, keeping ships from moving and shutdowns in China and everything else. It just, manufacturers couldn't get the supplies they needed. So here we are, 2020, waiting for homes. Oh, they'll be there in, 6 weeks. And then 3 months. And then, 3 months, 3 more months, 3 more months. Turned into nearly 3 years. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, we got your 23 homes, which was going to be our first batch. We were going to buy like 200 homes back in 2020, 2021. Anyhow, so we get these brand new homes. We've been limping along with some of these mobile home parks, just rehabbing the old homes because that's all we could get. And now we get all these brand new homes out to one of our properties and the race is on. We're doing the thing where you remove all these old cruddy homes and, from like the 60s, the kind that you're always worried about burning down because aluminum wire catches on fire.
Yeah, those pretty sweet, lime green countertops. I don't know what style that was, but man,
ugly.
Pink sinks.
When I was little, I remember my folks buying a green station wagon with, the fake wood paneling down the side. Yeah. It was all, circa 1970, whatever. And
peak of fashion.
Yeah. Peak of fashion. Let's go back there. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Let's not go back there. So anyhow, we got these old dumpy mobile homes and Steve is running running the rehab out there, gets a crew to come pick up the homes, gets the titles, hands over the titles, sells these homes to them. And I think was this the first house to go?
Now we moved a few with this crew, right? This is a contractor. This is a company that does this, right? This isn't just somebody with a U-Haul truck, which I've seen people out there with the U-Haul trucks moving these mobile homes.
And on YouTube, you can see people trying to do it with dualies, and then the back of the dualies falling off or ripping their truck in half. Or don't be stupid.
Country boy will survive though. They'll figure it out.
If you're gonna be stupid, please film it and then show it to us. We want to see this. Just kidding.
Absolutely. We'll throw it on the podcast. Yeah. Yeah. So we moved a few of them out at this point, and then I get a call, and this was probably 3 months ago. It wasn't that long ago. Yeah, I get a call from a sheriff saying, "Hey, your mobile home's on the side of the road," and I wasn't even a part of this conversation at all. I knew we were moving them out. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, "Yeah, your mobile home's on the side of the road over here." And I said, "No, we had a crew." It's like, "Oh yeah, something happened," which we found out later on. But the sheriff got involved. The crews try to fight the police officers or highway patrolmen, and they all got arrested. Holy cow. Okay, let me call Steve. Let's see what's going on. And then I guess Steve got contacted by the mayor.
He got contacted by the mayor, and the mayor said, "Come get your house out of the highway."
Yeah.
And he, of course, said, "What? Come get my what? Come get your house off of the highway. And allegedly, these movers, got their mobile home moving truck, special truck with this lift thing that lifts, front end up, taking it down the highway, and somehow it came unhooked, unhinged, broke something. It came off the truck, was on the highway. The guy stopped, and a police car stops, to come see what's going on. And they get an argument with the police officer somehow.
The whole crew, because it takes a crew to move those things. So what the sheriff I talked to said that all of them got arrested. So I don't know what was going on.
So they all get arrested. The moving truck is on the side of the road, but doesn't belong to us. And we're getting all these calls like, come get your house out of the road. Well, we made the mistake, or, Steve made the mistake of handing over this home, selling it, and he didn't sign the deed. So technically it was still our house.
Yes, yeah.
And we had to go get it off the side of the road, the highway.
Yeah.
So if you've never had somebody call you and say, hey, come get your house out of the road.
Or the mayor call you and say, yeah. Get your house on the. Hey, but they're cheap though. So, those workers.
The workers are cheap. It was still, it's like $3,000 to move that house.
Yeah, it always is. It's crazy.
And then we had to go and get a different mover to come and pick it up and take it. And away it went.
Yeah. That was a whole ordeal, because like I said, we sold it to those movers too. We got rid of the home, they're taking it. So then we had to convince somebody else to take it somewhere for a little bit, then sell it to somebody else. It was a giant ordeal to get that taken care of. And I think they got out of jail probably the next day or whatever. And then they wanted that trailer back or something like that, if I remember correctly. It's like, no, at this point. Yeah.
No, we just had to spend $3,000. I think we sold it to him for like $2,500, or maybe when we gave it to him for free. I don't know. At some point, it's just, instead of spending $3,000, we had to move it for free. That's probably what happened. And then we ended up paying somebody to move it to a place where they can destroy the house.
Yeah, we did that with a lot of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but love trailer parks. Yeah.
I love trailer parks too. Mobile home parks, just fantastic. Speaking of mobile home parks, if you want to tune in, we're going to have another episode right after this and talk about a manager with a gun and the crossbow guy, Rambo. So,
yep.
All right. Well, hopefully, if you haven't had this story yet, but you can commiserate, or if you are a mobile home park owner and you've had something terrible like this happen before, where somebody calls you up and says, hey, your house is in the highway, please let us know in the comments. Or you have some other stories, definitely let us know. We'd love to have you on the pod. There are so many just bizarre things that happen in real estate, but hey, we're still moving. We're still happy. Laugh it off. That was a funny weekend. We just had to laugh and say, what in the world just happened? And okay, now how do we get this figured out? No sense in getting angry at something ridiculous like that. Nobody was hurt. No pigs were killed in that episode. But yeah, so thank you for joining us for another great episode of Clean Money, and we'll catch you on the next one.